What's up, guys? It is Monday, September 23rd, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 862,576. TikTok, next block. As you can see, I'm at the park with my grandson here. He's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. He's back, guys. And he's having a time of his life. And I'm getting tired of just looking at him. Anyways, I hope you guys had a good weekend. I have started my dollar cost averaging slash buying right when I get paid slash smash buying plan as of today. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my last Satoshi Saturday video. You can check that out. But again, the bull is coming here for Bitcoin. It really is. And I didn't want to really get into all this Kamala Harris stuff, man, because I don't even really like to watch it anymore. But I just want to, I want to say this about Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party. And again, I'm not a Republican. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jerry. My channel is called Jerry Loves Freedom. And I am not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I do have conservative values. I also have some liberal values, too. I believe in live and let live. Don't piss on my lawn, I won't piss on yours. I believe in small government. I believe in America first. I am a God-fearing man. My priorities are God, family, country, in that order. So when I'm talking about the Democratic Party, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm a Republican or you should join the Republican Party. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that don't be, how can I say this? I'm not going to say slave, but don't, because I always say the Democratic plantation, don't be a person that just always votes Democrat. A lot of people that are my color and look like me do that. And I used to do that because I didn't know any better. I grew up in New York State, and that's a blue state. And my local newspaper was called the Democrat and Chronicle. So I always thought, hey, Democrats are for blacks and for poor people, and Republicans are racist, and they're for the rich. And it's a top-down situation, and for Republicans and Democrats are bottom up. It's not like that anymore. This Democratic Party in 2024 is completely ass backwards of the one that I grew up in, and especially my parents and my grandparents grew up in. I'm Generation X. I'll be 50 in January. I grew up with my grandparents. They were silent generation people, and I grew up with a lot of baby boomers, my aunts and uncles. So that's where I'm coming from. I don't play no games, man. And I tell it like it is. And I'm not saying that everything I'm saying is true, but I try to do the best I can to give you the truth. But anyways, enough about me. Listen, here's what's wrong with Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party today. Kamala Harris is faker than a $3 bill, okay? In my personal opinion, from what I've done, and I've done my own research, again, just like Janet Jackson has, I am of the belief that Kamala Harris is not black. Now, here's what I mean by that. Just because somebody has darker skin or have a couple of drops of black blood in their skin or in their blood or in their bodies or whatever, or in their genealogy, doesn't make them black. Here's the definition of black in my opinion. A black person, a black American, I'll just say this, right? You grow up a certain way, right? You have generations of, you have a family history of generations that have been here that come from slavery. Because a lot of people from Africa or from Nigeria or something like that, they don't consider themselves African American or black or anything. They call themselves Nigerians or Africans. I'm talking specifically an African American, which is what Kamala Harris is lying to you about, okay? She may have some black blood in her. Her dad is Jamaican, but he's not even claiming to be black. Jamaican does not mean black, guys, okay? I know plenty of Jamaicans that are not quote-unquote black, okay? Jamaican is a nationality, not a race, number one. I know some Asians, seriously, I know some Asians that are Jamaican, quote-unquote Jamaican, which people technically think they're black if you're Jamaican. It's not. It's a Caribbean island. Does not mean you're black. There's all kind of people who come from Jamaica. That's number one. Number two, and most importantly, she didn't grow up like a typical black person that I'm talking about. The black experience here in America is very unique, right? I grew up, again, in a household of my grandparents that were from the South, right? And I grew up in a black household. Both my grandparents were black. Her mother is not a black woman, okay? She's an Indian woman, and I think they have some kind of Asian in them. I don't quote me. Some kind of Asian, East Asian. Come here, boy. Come on. Tiba, come here. He just runs off. And she didn't grow up in the black experience. Did she go to a predominantly black college? Yeah, she went to, I believe it was Howard, I think. BCU or whatever. And she did that when she was college age. But when she grew up, she grew up in California, and doesn't mean she's not black. I'm just telling you the background. She grew up in California, and she went to high school in Canada. Okay. Now again, just because somebody has darker skin, I know Asian people that have darker skin. I know a lot of people, a lot of different people that have dark skin. It does not mean they're black, guys. Okay. Again, does her family come from slaves? I don't know. You know, were her family from slaves? I haven't seen any evidence of that. And all her dad has to do is just come out and say, hey, we're black. Because that's where the blackness is, quote unquote, coming from, is her father. I've never heard it. So these people are telling me that I need to vote for Kamala Harris, and they're going off on Janet Jackson because, you know, now Janet Jackson was wrong saying I think her dad was white. Her dad is not white. Her dad is I believe he's an Indian man as well, from Jamaica. And he looks, you know, he's darker and stuff. So when you see the picture, I watched The View yesterday, or today, I think, a clip of that. Oh, look, he's black. Look, he's dark. No, he's not. Again, I know plenty of dark people that are not black. You know what I mean? I mean, everywhere you go, there's darker people. I've seen a lot of Indians that are cab drivers here and stuff like that are dark. Vivek Ramaswamy is a darker man. Sammy Sosa was a darker man. Darker does not mean you're black, okay? There's a specific thing you're black, and she just doesn't live that. To me, she hasn't lived that life, and she's phony. Again, she's faker than the $3 bill. She comes out here with a fake accent because, again, she didn't grow up from the South. She went to school in Canada, and she's from California. So where are you getting this? Where are you getting this fake ass Southern accent from? My grandparents were from the South, so I spoke a lot of different dialects growing up. I spoke black Southern in my house because my grandparents were from the South. She spoke Indian when she grew up because her mother was Indian. She didn't speak like that, how she's talking to y'all at these rallies and stuff like that. She's just not. And that's what the Democratic Party is today. It's all fake and lying to you. I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm just telling you don't be have that mentality of I have to vote Democrat no matter what, or I'm not black. That's not true. Democrats don't care about black people, in my personal opinion. They are the party of slavery. They are the party of keeping black people down. Keeping them thinking that they're oppressed and victims because they try to control your mind by saying, hey, you don't need us, or you don't need a dad in the house, a father figure in the house. All you need is the government to take care of you, so that you can vote for them, right? And every 4 years, what do they promise you? Oh, reparations. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. We're always going to give you something. That's all they talk about, is giving out free stuff. And I'm not saying they never give you free stuff, but either way, nothing's free, because when they give you that money, where's it coming from? You pay for it on the back end anyways. And you know, I see this propaganda here on the mainstream media and stuff like that. Kamala Harris barely does any interviews. Now, she has in the last few weeks. But here's what I mean by interview. If somebody wanted to know something about me, and I wanted to sit down with somebody and have a tough interview, I'm not going to interview with somebody that's going to vote for me anyway, or one of my good friends. I'm going to go to people that are either undecided or people that like the other side. She will never go into a hostile environment ever and do an interview. Never. The ABC debate was rigged, obviously. I mean, that was just obvious. You saw that. It was a 3-on-1 debate. Every interview she does is a softball. People are all nice to her. She didn't do the Fox debate like Trump asked her to do, or challenged her to do. She didn't do that. And again, she's just fake, man. And to me, she's not a real candidate or a real person that I would take serious about being the president of the United States. She doesn't even know what's going on. She talks about inflation in America being caused by price gouging. That's just not true. You know what I mean? These companies, these grocery stores or whatever, have razor thin margins. Where's the proof that these companies? Because this is why they talk to you this way. They think you're stupid. Careful, boy. They want to pretend that it's something that it's not, and they pretend that the companies are price gouging and this, that, and the third, and people believe it. Well, they think, oh, because of COVID, the supply and demand situation. That's why it's inflation, not because of anything we did, not because we overspent, we borrowed too much money because we overspent and we printed the rest. No, that's not why. It's because of the companies. These people are liars, man. And then for Kamala Harris to come out here and still propagandize the lies about what Trump has said, and Trump is a racist and all this and that. Again, if Trump is such a racist, just show it. You know what I mean? Stop lying on and taking little clips of out of context quotes he's saying. And be careful. Don't go down like that. No. Get back up. Slide down the slide. No. Slide down the slide. And taking stuff out of context. Just lying their butts off about it. You know what I mean? They can never do that. So if he's such a racist, just show us he's a racist. Stop lying and taking things out of context. And if Kamala Harris is black, just prove that she's black. That's all. Just say, hey, her dad, here's the genealogy, here's the thing, here's why she's black or whatever. You know, just run a regular campaign. But the problem is they can't do that. They have to lie to you guys. They have to lie to everybody. Excuse me, not just you guys. They lie to everybody, and it's just so obvious. If you have any kind of common sense, and you're not just looking at it from I hate Donald Trump, I'm a leftist perspective, and just look at it objectively. And again, just look at it as, okay, I love God, I love my family, and I love my country. Who's the best person to help me with that? Is Donald Trump perfect? Absolutely not. Do I believe he's a God-fearing man? No, I don't. I really don't. A lot of people are going to get mad for me saying that, but I don't think he's just this staunch Christian and stuff like that. And again, I'm not this big guy that's always going to church and preaching to people and stuff like that. So I got no right to be talking about people, but it is what it is, man. I mean, he lives his life the way he lives, and Kamala Harris lives her life the way she lives. But again, I'm not here to hire as a president a preacher, okay? I'm here to hire who can do the best job as the president of the United States, of the commander-in-chief, who's in charge of our country, who's in charge of our military, who's in charge of our economy, personally wise. And when it comes to, what do they call, what character counts? Character counts. Well, yeah, Donald Trump is not the highest character person in the world, but I don't know any president that's really the best character person. You have to be you got to be an absolute narcissist to want to be president, man. These people who are politicians, and we're talking about the highest up of the president, but these people are not the greatest people in the world, these politicians. There are some good ones, don't get me wrong, but I'm not hiring a choir boy or a choir girl. I'm hiring somebody to be nasty, to be gritty, to be, hey, we're going to put our country first. That's what I want. How about you? I'm not here to be a Mr. Nice Guy and Mrs. Nice Guy contest. Are you? I'm not. So when it comes to character, I mean, you know, they throw a lot of names at Donald Trump. They call him a racist. They call him a misogynist, a grapist, a this or that, all these things. But, you talking about character, just ask yourself this. How did Kamala Harris get her position in the first place? What position was she in to get her position, I'll say. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, despite Kamala Harris lying to you and the Democratic Party lying to you, there's one thing that won't lie to you. And this is a money that is truthful, and it's all about freedom, and there's no lying to it. It's a system that you can check all the time. They can't lie to you about it. They can't print it, and they can't give it away because it's finite. And despite Trump, as much as I like him, talking about inflation, he's going to walk into a broken system. He just is. And he will, I think, lower some prices here and there when it comes to the energy and stuff like that, drilling our own oil and stuff. But when it comes to the money printing, he will print money too. Less than Kamala Harris, but he will. But it's one thing you can't print. The hardest, most scarce money in the world. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.